Have you ever faced a moment where doing the right thing meant defying authority? Let me tell you about two remarkable women who did just that. Shiphrah and Puah, Egyptian midwives who changed history through their courage. Picture ancient Egypt, where Pharaoh, threatened by the growing Hebrew population, issued a chilling command. All Hebrew baby boys were to be killed at birth. Shiphrah and Puah, the midwives tasked with this horrific order, stood at a crossroads. Follow the king's command and secure their position, or follow their conscience and risk everything. What did they choose? They chose God. With every birth, they looked into the eyes of those Hebrew mothers and made a decision that could cost them their lives. They let those babies live, directly defying one of the most powerful rulers in the world. When questioned by Pharaoh about why Hebrew boys were surviving, they cleverly explained that Hebrew women gave birth before they could arrive. Their fear of God was greater than their fear of earthly authority, and guess what? God honored their courage. The Bible tells us He blessed them with families of their own. You know, their story isn't just some ancient tale. It speaks to us today, right where we are. How many times do we face pressure to compromise our values? Maybe it's being asked to lie on a report at work, or to look the other way when something wrong is happening. The stakes might not be as high as in Shiphrah and Puah's case, but the principle remains the same. Here's the challenging question. Who are we really trying to please? Are we more concerned with our boss's approval, our peers' acceptance, or our social media likes? Or are we, like these brave midwives, more concerned with honoring God? The beauty of their story is that they didn't need a grand platform or a huge following. They simply did what was right, where they were, with what they had. And that's all God asks of us too. So today, let's take inspiration from these courageous women. When culture demands compromise, remember Shiphrah and Puah. Sometimes the most powerful act of faith is simply saying no to what's wrong and yes to what's right, regardless of the consequences.